1, 2, 3, clap. We don't mention the clap.
But we do.
Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, wearing a Miami Vice t-shirt, that is Brogan Hastings.
I'm wearing a boring old Nintendo 64 hoodie in Perth, Australia.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say boring grey hoodie. It's Wayne Giovinazzi.
Okay. See, I thought you were going to say a boring Gurr hoodie. I'm like, what's so boring about Gurr?
Grey. You never let me finish.
Gurray.
You never let me finish the
Sorry.
thought. I kind of thought that.
Gurray is...
I've seen you wear that hoodie enough that I kind of guessed, but the way that the camera's sitting, I can't see it. But
Yeah.
I was complimented
The camera
on
is
my
very zoomed in.
t-shirt multiple times yesterday.
Now, this is a new shirt, I'm assuming.
I got this one in London. This is actually one of my one I got in London Primark because I'd taken a lot of hoodies with me, and it was so fucking hot in London that I was like, I just need a t-shirt.
How hot was it?
So fucking hot, Jesus fucking Christ.
Now,
Yeah.
did you choose this t-shirt for one specific reason?
Yes, but actually, I like the design anyway because it's.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's exactly what you would expect a Miami Vice shirt to look like.
Yeah, I liked the colours anyway, but it did make me laugh knowing what we know, that Pendulite was in an episode.
Well, so was Teller.
Oh, so he was. I do forget
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there
With
we
his
go.
little stupid
see?
mustache. Oh, I love him.
But yes, you've been in my presence while I've worn this hoodie, specifically.
I know. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and you didn't even recognize it.
I mean,
my hoodie is offended.
Can you see yourself right now?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well,
yes,
you can
I can.
see.
I'm very not happy.
It just looks grey. I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah,
You could
that's
have
why I did that.
I know. Which, as soon as you did, I recognised it.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. I've got one new hoodie since we last were together in Las Vegas, and that one I think I got last week. So you wouldn't have seen it unless I was wearing it when you were very, very almost dead when we were recording last week.
Yeah.
But it's another Mario original NES Super Mario Brothers
Nice.
hoodie. It's just got a pixel Mario on the front. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all. Oh yeah, it's time to thank the patrons of Hey Buddy Nice Podcast. Oh, Brogan, who is first patron to thank today?
I would like to thank Jobeth Bowers, aka Judgmentalist.
Thank you, Jobeth Bowers, aka Judgmentalist. Do you know who else we need to thank?
Who else do we need to thank?
We need to thank Andrea Anderson. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you, Andrea.
There's someone else on your list, I believe.
I would like to thank Tristan, the Cheese Supreme Bag.
Thank you, Tristan, the Cheese Supreme Bag. Oh, Brogan, did you know that, Sebastian Robbins is a patron that also needs thanking?
Oh my god. Thank you. And I would also like to thank Mitsula. Thank you, Mitzi.
Mitzi, thank you. There's only 28 seconds left on this song, so we're going to use that time to thank Mifa Revere. Thank you, Mifa.
Thank you, Mifa.
And that's all our patrons for this month that get special shout-outs during this little interruption of the show, only because we forgot to record it at the top or the end of the show.
It's been a month.
Yeah.
We've had a strange month.
But we're going to do it like this every time, I think.
Yeah.
Good thing we kept talking for a little bit longer because we stuffed up a little bit and had to re-record some bits, so this should be perfect length for the song. So you've not worked it all this week, is that true?
I haven't. It's been great. Although I will say, I still have access to my work emails on my phone so I can check in. And sometimes...
if one desires.
Well, sometimes it's quite funny to have a look and see what's going on. See what kind of shit show's going down and be like, ha! I don't have to deal with that this week. Tomorrow is going to be fun. And by fun,
oh yeah,
I mean, I am going to go absolutely mental. I honestly, I'm like, as soon as I seen it, I kind of knew this was going to happen, but I'm raging at my boss. I'm absolutely raging at Derek. And
fucking Derek, we know you're listening. Buddy, Derek, friend. Get your shit together.
Pretty much.
That's all.
That's pretty much what I'm going to say. Apart from the whole friend stuff, I'm not going to be... No, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. Oh, no, you misunderstand, right? Calling someone a buddy or a friend, or more specifically mate in Australia is an insult.
That's true.
Yeah, when you call someone cunt, that means you like them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, it's...
yeah.
I'm going to have a serious talk with Derek, which sounds ridiculous. I shouldn't be put in this position to have a serious talk with a partner. But
you're going to sit him down like, Derek.
I clearly have to.
Look.
Looking at the emails, I clearly have to. Like,
ooh, can we do role play? Can I be Derek?
Yeah.
And you be you? Okay, cool. Is Derek more Ouija or is he more
Ouija,
more
deadpan, dry
Scottish?
sense of humour?
Cool. It doesn't matter because I'm going to do the same accent.
Probably,
no matter what.
Yeah. So Derek, you know how I emailed you before I went on holiday and you ignored it about who was covering my job? We need to talk about this because the finance team can't cover this. We've discussed this before.
Brogan. What do you mean? Brogan wasn't even aware you were off.
No. Because we spoke about this when I was in the office. And I emailed you the day, and you didn't email me back. Just like you don't turn up to meetings, the meetings that we stopped having. I
see you in the office, Brogan. You don't even say hi to me in the office when you walk by.
I'm honestly having emotional trauma flashbacks right now. Like we can't do this. We can't do this.
All right, we're ending it.
Yep.
And scene. Oh goodness.
Do you know what hurts about that is that you're probably not far off from what he's going to say.
Yeah,
that's what really hurts about it.
Yeah. So you said you haven't logged into your emails at all?
Oh, I have. I've been watching.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching the shit show go down. I know what I'm going back to, and it's not good.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I checked my work emails today for the first time in a week. I had 2 emails. One of them was just a report that my old boss, my old boss Derek, forwarded to me as well.
Yeah.
And the other one was a threat. Dare I say it? Someone trying to blackmail me. You know what? I'm gonna get the email right now.
Like a spam email?
Well, it wasn't in the spam email box. Or is it? I don't know. Let's see. Here we go. It's so it's to my work email address, and it just says, "I recorded you" in the subject line. Oh no, Brogan, did you just check work emails again?
I did.
We got an update. We got a work update. Brogan is trying not to have a breakdown.
Okay, so Derek and I are supposed to have weekly catch-ups. Understandable. Totally get it. That kind of fell off either after London or after Vegas or after London. I can't remember which. Probably Vegas.
Yeah.
Because Derek stopped turning up to them and stopped telling me that he wasn't turning up to them. So I would sit on a Zoom call for an hour and nobody would show up.
What a champ. What a gun.
I know. So when we were in the office, we were talking about that. It's like, that's fine. I will set that up again. We will have an agenda. We will do this. I specifically put it in for Wednesday. Now, I know I put it in for Wednesday to recur every Wednesday because for me, it's an excuse to go through to the Glasgow office on Wednesday. And do you know why Wednesday's significant?
Because that is comic book day.
It absolutely is. New comic book
got it
day.
right.
So I can go in, I can get my new comics, and, it all ties in together. I have just checked. Derek has declined this. And replied,
oh, shit.
Brogan, I've declined your proposed Tuesday meetings, as I will nearly always be on board on a Tuesday. Maybe a Wednesday would be better.
This guy, he is.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding? Are you fucking for real?
Just reply and say, you know what, Derek? That is a fucking brilliant idea. As per my previous email.
Well, pretty much. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm going to say. Derek. The proposed...
Double check your invite. Make sure
I literally
you didn't fuck
did.
it up first.
That's literally what I did. But that's why I was face palming. I am literally going to reply to him and say, Derek, the proposed meeting was for Wednesday. I'm aware you're on board on Tuesday. I am so fucking done. So fucking done.
Gosh, Derek, even I know you're in board meetings on Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Far out. That's what I said.
I know. Yeah, definitely. Why did I do this to myself?
That was not on purpose.
I know. Yeah. But I was actually, it's fun to check these things when, it's a Monday and you're like, I don't have to deal with this until next Monday. When you're standing in the queue at a Fringe show. It's all fun and games until you actually have to deal with it.
Far out. So, I mean, I'm concerned about my email as well, though, because it's not from Derek. The one I got from Derek was fine.
Yeah.
My Derek. It was just work-related. This one, the subject title says, I recorded you. It's all in caps and there's an exclamation point.
Okay.
And then it just says, hello there. Unfortunately, there are some bad news for you. Some time ago, your device was infected with my private Trojan rat. Then in brackets it says remote administration tool. If you want to find out more about it, simply use Google. My Trojan allows me to access your accounts, your camera and microphone. Check the sender of this email. I've sent it from your email account. What? That can't be possible. Hang on. What? How do I check this? Oh God. Wait, they would only have recorded me streaming, so it's okay. That's all right then. If you don't doubt my serious intentions, it only takes a couple of mouse clicks to share the video of you with friends, relatives, and email contacts on social networks. Oh, it's okay. I can avoid any issue. All I need to do is send him 1,400 USD in Bitcoin. There we go. Problem solved. And they assure me that they will proceed to delete everything without delay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a close one. Far out. Okay. Oh, no, but it says I've only given 48 hours. Oh, I'm assuming you must have seen all the videos they've sent you. You're on my email lists.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, okay.
You disgusting pervert. How dare you play Mario 3?
Yeah. Because this was the 17th of August. Oh, this was on my birthday. I received this email. So... I want to know how it says, where it says what where it was sent, who sent it. How do I do this? I know. I'll hit reply. Other reply all by meeting. No, I don't know. I don't care anymore.
No.
But yeah. So in line at the Fringe, checking emails. Were you swearing and stuff in line at the Fringe?
No, I was laughing.
Okay,
because there wasn't anything that bad. It was just a mess. It was just it was Tuesday and they were still going, who's doing this? And I'm like, I emailed Derek on Friday morning asking who was doing this. And I emailed the head of residential at 4:30 before I left saying, listen, I've asked about this. I'm off for the next week. I think that the subject of the email was literally, guess who's off next week? Yeah. Because Debbie and I have a quite good relationship. So it was like, here's a heads up. I've asked. No one's answered.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we already know that you have become the little mascot person at the Young and Moxie show.
Yeah.
Which, the run is done now, is it? Or is it...
Last night was the last show.
Yep.
Mox is done.
How
Mox
did
is
it
going
all
to
go?
It was good. It was really good. Last night I think was the best show. It was sold out. Yeah. Which is always better.
Good.
There was a couple of nights where it was a wee bit quieter, but I don't think there was anything less than 17 in an audience. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think the place took about, I want to say, 40, maybe 50 people.
Yeah.
So
that's all right.
It's roughly about, and that's really good for Fringe because, and I'm saying this because the show that was on after them, that was supposed to be booked for the last week, was a Marilyn Monroe burlesque show. And 3 people turned up to the first night, 4 people turned up to the second night, and 2 people walked out of that performance. It was then cancelled for the rest of the run. So,
hey, you know what? That sounds very familiar for most Marilyn Monroe-based shows. Don't tell Matt or Sarah about that.
No.
No.
So yeah. But I think, from what I hear, she was very drunk. She was very drunk throughout the whole thing.
Oh, the performer.
The performer, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe that they didn't actually want to do a burlesque act. So they were thinking, if I'm getting my kid off, I'm just going to have to get really drunk.
Possibly. She would have been better doing free Fringe, but I think she usually does pubs, and it was kind of like doing it in a theatre is just a bit weird.
Yeah.
So there was that. But I recorded the last 3 performances which was good. So since we last talked,
oh, you recorded the last three.
The last three shows.
Wow. Yeah.
Which I'm glad I did, because it gave me a chance to sort of test out recording the whole show on my phone.
Yeah.
Because the first time I did it, I was just messing about with settings, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I can record in 4K." So I did.
Ran out of space.
Well, no, it took up my entire. I think I started with like 70% battery, and then left the theatre with 7% battery.
Yeah.
And the file was 32 gig.
Yeah.
It says 71 when I plug it in and look at it and stuff, but when I upload it to Dropbox, it's 32 gig.
Yeah.
So, and it literally took me uploading it, like starting the upload when I got home, going to sleep, waking up, and it was still uploading.
Yeah. Still ticking along.
Yeah. Second night was better, done, video-wise, done HD, zoomed in a little bit, and fixed the contrast.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. But I was like,
Yep.
Depending on where they stand, I'm cutting off parts of the stage, so I don't like that. So the last night was just leave it as it is, fix the contrast, HD, we're good.
Yeah.
But I think since we last talked, I don't know if had I seen Penn when we were last talking?
Yeah, because I think we talked about the photo and everything that you sent me of Penn.
Yes, that's right. So I had seen Penn at least. Because I remember saying to Emily, I was like, I've got to go drop my parents off at the airport. So that was really cute. So the second night, Emily's seen like, I don't know, at least 100 shows. It's insane.
That's insane.
Which is like 1% of the shows at Fringe.
Yeah. So you're saying there is 100... What's the maths on that?
There's over 3,500 shows at the Fringe over the month.
Okay, so 100 isn't 1%.
It's a low percentage.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, what was I saying? Oh yes, so
Emily
was seeing a lot of shows. So Emily came to the first night that Penn was there, and the second night she was away doing other stuff. So Mox was like, "Protect him." And I'm like, "You're okay, Penn. You're fine. Come with me, buddy."
Yeah.
He's just so cute. He's just so sweet. I love that man so much. So I sat next to him while Mox was on stage, and there's a bit where Cameron goes, "Has anybody here heard of Penn and Teller?" Penn raised his hand. And I'm like, I love you so much.
Was he the only one that raised his hand? Because that would have been even funnier.
No, there was other people, thankfully. But just to raise his hand, I'm like, I love you.
That is hilarious. Oh, man.
And then we went for food. And I think he's just such a dad. He's just so quiet and laid back and just... it's just so cute. But
a real human person.
But the funniest thing about it was, so my routine this week has been get up, get ready, go into town, and go to Black Sheep Coffee.
Yes.
Which I love.
Good.
We know I love. And like I'll text Mox when I'm in town, say, "I'm here. You with the fucking tattoo, what do you want? What are you interrupting my story for?"
Very important question, right? So you got a Black Sheep Coffee. I know that you don't like coffee, and I know that you've also been probably having lack of sleep pretty much every night, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Have you had any coffee at all thinking, you know what, I need this?
No.
Okay.
I've survived on energy drinks.
Cool. Oh, of course. Silly me.
Let me change up my routine slightly. Or rather clarify my routine. I will get off the tram. I will go from the tram to Waverley Mall, which inside Waverley Mall there is a game store. And Game sells Sneak Energy, which I love.
Game sells energy drinks?
Game sells energy drinks.
When I was the manager of Game in Australia, we did not sell energy drinks. Man, I feel like we were missing out.
Yeah. So I discovered this at the Livingston branch a while ago. I think I meant to text you a picture of this. I was like, oh my God. So I went into the one, the Waverley Mall. They have them. I would get 2 cans of them.
Is this the one that you got from Amazon the other time? Or is this different? It is? Wow. It's fucking hell. What's the chances?
It's cheaper to get it on Amazon. Slightly.
Yeah.
But it's handy to get it a couple of cans at a time. So I would get that, and I'd be surviving on that, and then I would go up to Black Sheep Coffee and get my turmeric latte. But so on Sunday, went up to Black Sheep, because obviously I would text Mox when I was there. Get up to Black Sheep Coffee, ordered my thing, and you have to because they're cashless. What you do is you order on the screen, and then they give it to you. So order on the screen, waiting for my order, and I'm texting Mox, and then I just hear somebody at the counter shout, "Moxie!" And I'm like, no. And I look up, and there's Moxie walking, and I went, "What are you doing here?" And he went, "What are you doing here, you fucking stalker?" And right.
Excuse me, I live here. I come here all the time.
I held up before. I was like, I am literally texting you just to say I am here. I'm going to Blackwell's. And I look over, and there's Penn and Emily sitting there. And Mox is like, "Yeah, come sit with us." Cool. So that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah.
And I should say,
it does look a little sus though.
It was so bizarre. It was completely off, and it was nice for me because I wanted to be like, take your dad to Black Sheep Coffee because they do turmeric lattes. I don't think he had a turmeric latte, but anyway, he went. But the funniest thing was where we were sitting. So on the walls in Black Sheep Coffee, there's like spray painted art, and behind one of. So the way that Penn was looking behind me on the wall was a picture of Goku. Like little kids Goku doing
your boy.
Yeah.
Not your boy. No. Your boy. Your boy is a boy. Goku is your boy, yeah?
No, Vegeta is. That's just Jeets.
Sorry, my bad. What color hair does Goku have?
Black. They all have black hair.
You can see my confusion.
So it's little kid Goku from Dragon Ball doing the Kamehameha. And, and Penn goes,
sure was.
"Who's that?" And Mox goes, "Oh yeah, Brogan, who's that?" Because I can't remember his name and what series he's from. I'm like, "That's Goku from Dragon Ball Z." And Penn goes, "Goku. And I'm like, this is just so fucking bizarre.
That's,
But I had a thing called, are you aware of what a Bakewell is? Cherry Bakewell.
Bakewell used to be a brand of pies and sausage rolls in Australia.
It's like, so for us, it's like marzipan, icing, glacier cherries, that kind of thing.
Can I just say, core memory unlocked. I used to love Bakewell stuff. And I forgot they even existed. They used to come in like a red pack with like plastic. Anyway, yeah. I want a Bakewell sausage roll, but they just don't exist anymore.
I love a cherry Bakewell. I'll say that. But in Black Sheep Coffee, they do a thing called a blueberry Bakewell, and it's vegan. And I was like, I'm having that.
What exactly is it?
It's like a cake.
Like a cherry slice? Okay, right. Got ya.
Like pretty much. So I got this.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. And Penn pointed at mine and went, "So what's that you're having?" I was like, "Oh, I've got a turmeric latte and a vegan blueberry Bakewell." And he went, "What?" And I went, "A vegan blueberry Bakewell." He's like, "What?"
All he heard was vegan and he was in, I'm sure.
And Mox is sitting next to him and goes, "A Bakewell." And he turned to Mox and went, "You're just saying the same stupid words she's saying." Like, it's a thing. I'm like, "Is this not a thing in America?" And he went, "No."
No.
I'm like, okay, this I had to explain to Pendulite what a Bakewell was.
Yeah. Based on the photo that I just saw of one, I know what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was dead funny. So yeah, and then we wandered around for a bit, and then it was time for the show. And then we went for food, and it's just so nice hanging out with him. I love hanging out with him. I love hanging out with him while I'm with Moxie, because me and Moxie are like same brain half the time.
Yeah.
So there was a good 10 minutes where we were sat there quoting John Mulaney from memory, and Penn's just sitting there like loving life. It was just like I have a video of just Moxie going, like doing the whole Best Buy routine. It's like,
So
Jesus
wait, were you
Christ
saying that you were both saying that you were quoting someone, or were you like, "Oh yes, these are our original bits"?
Oh no. Penn's seen John Mulaney. Penn is aware of John Mulaney, but I think he was just impressed the fact that we could both do it by heart.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So that was really nice.
Come on, the guy who knows every single lyric in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
It's not music. I think he's impressed when it's things that's not music, and So that was nice. But yeah, I mean, most days I've just gone up the town and met Wox when he's been ready, and you know, we've got a coffee. We've met up in the bookshop a lot. Mock, there was one of the days, I think it was Thursday actually. So on Thursday, I finally got to see Chris Grace, which was the show. Oh, you got to
see the show.
I did get to see the show.
Cool.
And Mox was there, and poor boy fucking shattered. So he's sitting there like half dead, head on the table, like, I can't see. Chris Grace, fucking hilarious. And I did actually text Matt and say A+ recommendation, that guy's fucking hilarious. Yeah. But it was Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson. So
I've heard it described two different ways by Matt.
Okay.
I've heard him say that it's Scarlett Johansson as Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson, or is it just Chris Grace as Scarlett Johansson?
They're both right. So starts off, it's Chris Grace, then he puts on the wig and he is Scarlett Johansson, right? And then it's like, Scarlett Johansson is, I'm going to play a guy called Chris Grace. Puts on another wig.
So it's a dude playing another dude.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just going on and on. I think at one point he's wearing like 5 wigs. And you're just like, what the fuck? And it's an insane show. I think there's like, it's the same piece of show over and over again, but getting
seen
more
3
and more,
ways.
Yeah, it's getting more and more meta. It was fucking hilarious. It really was funny. So,
and does it seem like a full-on scripted show?
It doesn't seem like that at first, but it's definitely scripted. But there's a really funny bit where he's talking about, it's like, yeah, you know, because my mum died, and there's like pre-recorded announcer bits. He's like talking to himself. Yeah. And it's like, dude, come on, the dead mum thing. It's like, yep, but I'm Chris. It's like, no. You're the performer, Chris Grace. I'm Chris Grace. I'm past Chris Grace. I am narrating this. You know, I'm the real one. You know, it was really, really funny. So I really enjoyed that show. Now
I think I know what it's going to be, and I know that it doesn't apply. But if it did, on the Steve Zahn Moody Octopus scale, where would it rank?
Happy Octopus.
Happy Octopus, yeah, official. You know what? We should send that review through to Chris Grace so he can use it on his promos. Yeah. Happy Octopus, Brogan Hastings.
And what I should say as well is before this, so I think on Wednesday, so I'd already met Emily's mum over a FaceTime call that Mox had had with her. Grandma Diane. I love that woman. She's hilarious. She's an ex-drug counsellor. And she literally said, she was talking to Mox and went, so you know that feeling when you get on stage and you're like really excited, and or when you take that bow and stuff, and Mox was like, yeah, and she went, that's heroin. I'm like, I fucking love you, Diane. I love you so much. So there was that.
Hang on. I need some more clarification on this. Is she saying that is the equivalent of heroin, as in like that's what you should be doing, or that is exactly the same feeling as heroin?
I think she meant it. That's exactly the same feeling as heroin, but it was the way she said true. That's heroin. I'm like,
that can't be true. Surely it's just. Surely it's drawing parallels.
I don't know, but I love her. I love her so much, and she kept calling me Scott. It's like, is your friend Scott there? It's like, Grandma, it's Brogan
because you are a Scot.
Scotland.
Yeah.
So I love and appreciate Grandma Diane. She's awesome. But on Wednesday, Emily's dad and stepmom came through, Dr. Robert Zoltan and his wife Patricia. I love Bobby Z.
Came through to Scotland?
Came through to Scotland.
Wow.
I love Dr. Bobby Z. He's fucking hilarious. I met him. He had this t-shirt on that said, bad puns. That's the way I roll. Like EYE. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I fucking love. I love this man. We were just talking and stuff, and he could understand me again, which is awesome because even Penn has trouble with it, but we were just chatting about everything, and he's like, so how do you know Penn? And I was like,
funny story.
Because of that. He's like, yeah, okay, but how do you know Penn? I was like, because of Matt. It's like, Matt's a good lad. And I'm like, he is. We love and support Matt Donnelly in this house. And he went, we do.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you need to start carrying those shirts around.
I do.
Just to sell to people.
I should. But the reason that this came up with the Chris Grace thing is because, so that was Wednesday. And we went for ice cream after the show as well. And
same place with Emily's Gelato Man.
Yep. And Dr. Bobby Z paid for my ice cream, and I was like, let me know what I owe you. He was like, shut up. I was like, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I love him.
So that is correct etiquette. You say, what do I owe you? Can I chip in?
Yeah.
Can I buy the next one? Like just offering. And I think that's fair game.
So, because it all evened out in the end, because if it was just Mox and me, I paid. And
now, hang on, wait. Dr. Bobby Z.
Yeah.
Does he say, call me Dr. Bobby Z?
No, I just started calling him Bobby Z.
Oh, so you're probably you could be the only person that calls him Dr. Bobby Z.
I might be the only person that calls him Bobby Z, yeah.
To his face?
I don't think I got a chance to refer, because it was only yesterday that I was like, Bobby Z.
Oh, okay.
And I said it to Mox. I was like, I love your grandpa. I love Bobby Z. But yeah, so when I was really late to the Chris Grace thing, and I mean that I made it in with like a minute to spare because I had no idea where it was. I knew the area, but there's so many venues around that.
Well, I was going to say, you know which one it wasn't with the same venue name on the same street name.
Exactly. I was in the correct general area, but I did have to like hold my phone up to somebody and say, where is this? And they were like, okay, you want to go over there to that glass box and it's downstairs and it's to the right and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, if there's boxes and stairs. Oof.
Yeah. So I was standing there and I was like, I don't know if I have a ticket or not. It'll be under this name. And then just as I'm saying that, Cammy appears behind me and he's like, yeah, me too. And I'm like, oh, thank God, somebody I know. I was like, thank God you're here. So we both went in together. And there was a seat next to Bobby Z. And he was like, Brogan, sit. And I'm like, okay. So I got to sit next to him. So I love him. I love Patricia as well. They're both so cute. And so yeah, so that was really nice. So he was kicking around. So they're going to the Isle of Skye with Mox and Emily as well.
Yes, I forgot about that.
So that's good. So yes, after the Chris Grace thing, Mox was just shattered. It was like, I want to go back to the apartment. I was like, okay, I'll walk you back to the apartment. I'm going to go get a coffee. If you feel up to it, I'll be in Blackwell's. It's like, right, okay. So when he went back to the apartment, I went into Black, and I was like, you know what? It's going to be a while. It's going to have a nap. I'm going to head down to Waterson's, which is much further away. So I walked down, and then Mox texts like, actually, I can't sleep. I'll meet you in Blackwell. So I was like, okay, I'm running back up. And it was really good because we just sat in there and, looked at Pokemon cards, and Mox so as much as I have Camp Damascus, which I still have to read, Mox is a big reader and is very into young adult fiction because Mox is a young adult. And I haven't really read YA for a while. I've read a couple of things here and there, but the stuff that I've tended to pick up like that, the writing has not been good. Or just haven't enjoyed. I think the last one was A Court of Thorn and Roses, which on paper I should love because it's Beauty and the Beast and it's the Tamlin myth. And I'm like, hell fucking yeah, I love this. And I hated it.
What is the Tamlin myth?
So Tamlin there's a song about it. So Tamlin is a fae that lives in the forest. This woman goes out. Essentially, she becomes pregnant by this fae. It's like, what the fuck? And he's like, okay, I'll marry you.
I realised that I have done a Jacob the Audio Guy for real this time.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about the
I know you don't.
Yeah.
But I love that myth anyway, and the song's really good.
That's my fault. My bad.
So I was like, Mox, what should I read? And Mox picked up these books like, you should read this, you should read this, you should read this. I was like, okay. Oh no!
What were the suggestions?
So the biggest one, it's kicking about here somewhere, but I can't remember where, was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
Okay.
So I got that book, and we were sitting in the cafe afterwards, and Mox was like, I'm just going to read. I was like, me too. Which one should I read? Because I bought 4 books. And because one of the books, because that's how it started. I'd been looking at the books earlier, and there's one called These Violent Delights, and it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but it's set in 1920s Shanghai.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, this is cool. So I said to Mo, so I looked at it, I kind of hummed and hawed. I was like, I don't know, because there was a hardback version, or there was the paperback and the sequel in paperback as well. And I was like to Mox, what? I was like, have you read this? Is it any good? And Mox was like, yes. I was like, okay. And he was like, get the sequel. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
You don't just ask someone if a book is any good.
I asked Mox. That's like...
It's poor etiquette. It's poor etiquette. You meant to ask. You say, look, I know it doesn't apply, but if it did, on the Steve Zahn Moody Octopus scale, where would it rank?
He was too tired for me to explain the Moody Octopus scale.
Okay. Yeah, valid.
So... But A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So that's... We're sitting in the cafe and I was like, which one should I read? And Mox is like, read that one first. I read it. I devoured this book. I read it in one day. This is
how big is it? Like, how many pages?
430 pages.
Okay, that's not... Yeah,
it's
all
not
right,
freaking massive, but it's big.
Yeah.
For someone who hasn't read a proper book in a very, very long time.
So you see Camp Damascus back there.
Yeah.
In terms of size and everything, how does it compare?
Let me have a look. Camp Damascus is 246 pages.
Oh, okay. Sheesh. Let me check something of mine here, because I have also started reading. That's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Okay, so that's the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Got ya.
So yeah, I absolutely devoured this.
Yeah. And
I want to read there's 2 sequels and like a mini book after it, and it's, as it sounds, it's a murder mystery, and yeah, it's absolutely definitely YA, but I don't mean that as an insult. Whereas I have said that on occasions, I've meant it as an insult. It's like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's good. It was really good, and I want to read the second one. So yeah.
Because I've started reading literally yesterday.
Mm-hmm. What have you been reading?
Like I have read in my life before. Yeah. As we've talked about that book about like the dead fake grandmother and stuff. It doesn't matter. I've started for the first time the Discworld series.
Ooh. What
Terry
did you
Pratchett.
start with?
Book number 1, The Color of Magic.
Ooh.
Look, there's different. I know that there's different ways to approach a series of 41.
Yes.
Of 41 books, but I'm thinking published order, and people are like, yeah, I mean, look, if you can be committed to it, blah blah blah. It's like one of the first jokes in the book got me, and I was like, yep, this is great.
What I will say is, I do like Colour of Magic. It is one of the weakest in the Discworld series, and it can put you off. It's a bit disjointed, I found. But
I figured that was the whole series is like that.
It's not. It's not as disjointed as Colour of Magic and The Light Fantastic, which are, if I remember right, Light Fantastic is like directly after Colour of Magic.
Okay, so yeah, because a lot of the books, like they don't, because as well as published order, you can read them in like character arc order, where it is different. Like it might be book 1 then book 17, for example.
Yeah, you can quite literally pick up any book in the series and just read it.
Yeah, which I think is by design as well.
Exactly. My personal favourite and my recommended starting point for everyone is Guards, because I love that one.
Yeah, no, a lot of online stuff says Guards is a good place to start.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, literally today, when I was scrolling through Imager, I came across a dump, and it started off with a bunch of like spooky memes and that, and then it was a whole bunch of Terry Pratchett Discworld stuff. I'm like, oh, I understand some of this now.
Yeah, I do like the Discworld.
But yeah, so I'm getting some use out of my Kindle again.
Good. Yeah. We're both getting back into reading. Thanks, Marks.
Yeah. I mean, 288 pages versus 400 something. Mm-hmm. You devoured that in a day. I'm 34% in.
Like, I mean, I literally stayed up to, like, I got home. I mean, that wasn't a hugely late night, but I got home from that day and sat in bed and read the end.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I couldn't sleep until I knew. Who killed this fucking girl? It's like Twin Peaks without the mystery. Without the supernatural.
I did say that music was what was putting me to sleep, but it doesn't anymore. That lasted about a week.
Yeah.
But now reading is. So literally last night I started this first Discworld book and then I was reading it until I fell asleep, basically.
Good.
No, that's not true. I was reading it until I could not... what I was reading just wasn't being retained. So I turned off my Kindle, went to sleep. And then today, earlier in the day, I went, laid down, reading the book, and then same thing. I basically fell asleep again. So... It's one of the only things that is holding my interest at the moment. Like, I'll go to play a video game, and I'm like, I downloaded something on the PlayStation. It's like, I'm ready to play this. It was Hot Wheels. I did the first race. I'm like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
So reading is good.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, because that was one of the things, that's one of the things I've done for the last couple of days, is I've gone to Black Sheep Coffee and, taken my book and sat there with my turmeric latte and just read. Yeah. Which has been really nice. So, yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. I went to they were kind of busy because I found a new coffee shop, which isn't near me. It would only be on occasion. So yeah, I felt like a coffee. Was leaving a place. I was on the way home from my GP, and I was like, want a coffee. Couldn't get a parking spot because it's like tiny little, like 5 spaces, and you can see from the inside that they're already packed. Small amount of chairs and tables, which would be a nice place to read at. But I think they're always like that because they actually roast coffee there as well.
Yeah.
So I ordered my coffee, paid my $5, which is a great price for a large coffee. Then I see a little advertising card that says, sign up and get a free coffee. It's like, oh, well, God damn it. Now you tell me. But yeah, I would like to sit there reading, smelling the coffee roasting while having a drink. It sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's a nice coffee shop to sit in. And it was quite funny because by Wednesday, they would go, Brogan. And like they would look right at me. They're like, it's like, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah. How much money have you spent on turmeric lattes and such this week just on yourself?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
A lot.
I'm not thinking about it. I put it this. I have I eaten in the house at all?
Oh, yeah, shit.
The closest I've got is I got home one night and I was starving, and I don't know why I was starving, but I like ravenous. And it was after midnight, and I put on 2 Beyond Meat burgers.
Oh wow! Okay.
Put them on, stripped my bed, put washing on. Like I was really like in the zone.
Wow, so you hadn't been doing any cocaine earlier or anything like that?
No, I was just like, I think it was because I was
first.
I think it's because I was suddenly aware that very close, because it was only a couple of days ago. I was very aware that Mum and Dad get home today, and I was like, I need to have done stuff. But I cleaned, and I couldn't hoover because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I have neighbours, so did all that, and I just ate these 2 burgers, and it was great.
Wow. See, normally the post-midnight at-home go-to food is meant to be like you just open the bag of shredded cheese while standing in front of the fridge and just shovel it into your mouth.
Well, I don't like raw cheese.
Oh, that's right. You don't like raw cheese. Shredded cheese is not a go-to anyway. It's not nice.
I mean, I do have jerky and my protein cookies and stuff there, but I was just like, because I did stand there and think, I was like, no, I want the burgers. I was like, I haven't had like any of the tea stuff, any of the dinner stuff that my parents left.
Oh God, yeah, that gives me anxiety because I'd be like, shit, what's the expiration date on these? Oh no,
it's all in the freezer. It's all in the freezer.
Okay, that's fine then.
The closest thing was a salad, which I did admit I did have a salad for breakfast one day. I just opened the bag and put it in a bowl and ate the salad.
First off, who are you and what has happened to Brogan?
I eat salad.
I've never seen you eat a salad.
I eat salad. That's when I am, as of tonight, possibly tonight. As of tonight, I'm eating normally. I haven't been bad or anything, but I'm
it's just. But you've been out, so you have to eat while you're out.
Exactly. But yeah, my usual dinner is some kind of Beyond Meat thing with a salad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I guess the only time we've eaten together, we have been out, haven't we?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Guess. So, yeah.
And I'm quite proud of myself because I have stuck to my routine. Because obviously I'd like to lose, the extra weight before I get back to Vegas. So my rule at the moment, to avoid... So I'm not really on a diet or anything, but I am eating better.
Yeah, you're just trying to be conscious.
Yeah, the big rule I've been following is not bringing any rubbish home. Not bringing any chocolate in the house. Like, I can eat stuff like that, but I can't eat it in the house. I can't bring it home. So, cool. Go out, have a pizza. That's fine. But when I get home, I can only eat what's in the house.
Yeah.
And that's kind of working so far, I think. I mean, obviously, I've put on a couple of pounds because I have had pizza a lot.
See, I would like to follow that rule, but my mother just gave me a voucher for a place called Get Chunky. They sell cookies,
She tried to tell you something?
Yeah, well, they're big chunky cookies, like American-style cookies.
God.
And it's a $50 voucher. And I don't know if I can use part of the voucher, but if I have to use all the voucher in one go, that's $50 worth of cookies that I have to eat before I get home.
You surely...
So I can't follow that rule.
No, no.
Hang on, I'll get it right now. Let's see.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Here we go. I bought you this so you can eat half. It doesn't say to Wayne and doesn't say from my mother. It just says value $50, expiration 2026.
Ooh.
But that is it. And then there's a QR code on it, which I'm not going to hold up to the camera because that person who has hacked my camera with that rat Trojan might steal my cookie voucher. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess I could inquire. I guess, but I could eat $50 worth of cookies, just not between there and home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to take some photos and send you some. Photos, not cookies. Yeah. Just so you know what they look like. You can
send me cookies. I'll take that. Fuck yeah.
They would have to be sent frozen.
To eat them.
No, they'd have to be sent frozen because they're only good for 3 days in a airtight container.
Ah.
And they're apparently best served warm, which I haven't had yet.
Warm cookies are the best. I'm actually kind of gutted because that was one of the things I wanted to do when my mum and dad were away was bake cookies for myself. And I didn't because I've not been here.
See, that's what you should have done now. You should have just baked a small amount of cookies, eaten them. So when they come into the house, they're like, "Oh, Brogan, you made cookies." And you'd be like, "No." Gaslight them a little bit. It's like, this is what you get for leaving me alone.
I mean, I literally did... I mean, this morning was, run round, do the last of the cleaning before the parents get home. Because I was expecting to... I mean, I got home at 2:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Which I never actually finished it. So, Mox's last show was last night.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
Got it recorded. Emily was there. It was great. And before the show... Mox had texted and said, "Oh, we're going to this restaurant place," which is literally right across from the venue. That's where Penny and I went. Penny and I and Mox and I had been a couple of times. It's like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm always up for that."
Yeah.
So as soon as Emily Steve was like, "Hi, Brogan, are you coming to the show after Mox's show?" And I went, and I'm looking at Mox, and Mox is giving me this look, and I'm like, I don't know if it's a... please say yes so I don't have to go on my own, or please say no so I have an excuse to go home.
Yeah.
I think I know Emily well enough that it's better for me to say, yes, I'm coming, so Mox has Mox has me to lean on.
Yeah. And
I mean that quite literally, has me to lean on.
To fall asleep, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in everyone's best interests if you say yes.
Yes. So I was like, and I was like, what's the show? And I was like, does it matter? I was like, good point. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So, yeah, so we went there, and it was after dinner we went over because we had to sort some stuff because it was Cameron's birthday yesterday. Oh. So we were sorting that out.
Happy birthday, Cameron. We know you're a big listener now. I mean, if we had something like poker chips to give out, maybe he would be. We have to look into that, damn it.
So, but we're sitting there and Emily's looking at something like, "Oh, I wanted to go to the show, but I can't." It's like, because, I'll go for... I was like, "Emily, just go." And she's like, "Oh, no, I won't. And she's sitting there, and literally the ticket is in the basket. And it was this guy. God. It's the guy from the Velvet Underground, John Cale. So it might be, and the guy is old. And Emily's like, it might be his last performance ever.
Yeah.
I was like, just go. And she was like, lol, are you trying to get rid of me, bitch? And I'm like,
sorry. She was looking for permission. She wanted permission to go.
And I'm like, Emily, I have been in your position and I live a very treat yourself lifestyle. Treat yourself. Go. And she's like, okay, I'll do it. I'll go. I'll just go for the half hour. Because it's...
You should have said, I've been in the airport at Heathrow trying to work out what time I would arrive to Vegas to see if I should purchase a ticket for the big Penn and Teller show at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. And you know what? I buy that ticket every time.
Yep. Yeah. So Emily ran, and I mean, literally, so where Surgeons Hall the Space is, there's a theatre, like, directly over the road. Called, I think it's the Festival Theatre that's there. Yeah. So that's where it was. So she literally like ran over the road to get there and made it back before Mox's show.
Oh, so, well, there was no problem at all then.
Well, the show was still, John Cale's show was still going on. So Emily went for the first half hour and then came back. So she did
the supportive thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she FaceTimed Grandma Diane during Mox's first trick and FaceTime Penn during Stupid. And I was like, because I'm standing behind the camera because I'm obviously recording the whole performance, and Emily's standing like next to me, lightly in front, so I can see Penn on the phone watching Mox. Yeah, and his wee face, he was so excited. They were so cute. And they won an award.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the show won an award for like
magical
performance. I can't remember exactly. In memory of Craig Thompson, I believe.
So it wasn't like award for best Nepo Baby show or anything like that?
Fuck it, honestly. Did I tell you that somebody said that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I was just making a joke.
No, somebody did say that, because can't remember if it was the first or second night that Penn was there. It might have been the Sunday. Penn came out and Mox dragged him back in so he could get a photo with, Penn and Cammy.
Yeah.
And there was somebody that worked at the space standing there, and they were just kind of looking. Because I'd already heard this person, somebody at the space had already tried to explain to this person who Penn Jillette was, and they were like, oh, I don't know magic. Oh, he was in that,
that's cool.
Terrible sitcom as a guest appearance. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
Pick one.
Exactly. Exactly. So I could see them, they were just kind of looking, and I went, oh, that's Mox's dad. Like, it's not... Mox isn't just grabbing a random person and taking them in.
No.
And they looked at me and went, oh, so they're a Nepo magician. And I went, Mox has enough talent on his own. You can lead a Nepo baby to water, you can't make him swim. And they were like, yeah, sure.
So they work for the place, the theatre.
Yep.
It's like, how many of the performances have you fucking seen, motherfucker?
Exactly. And I was talking to the sound girl Kirsty afterwards, and I said this to her. I was like, if I see her again, she makes a comment like that again, I will have to be dragged out of this theatre.
Yeah. Because
Mox is stressed as fuck.
Yeah.
Not even... This is a more intense schedule than Penn and Teller's, because it is one show after another.
Yeah.
There is no break, and Cameron's changing things up all the time. He's just horrendously stressed. And his self-esteem's already on the floor. And I was like, if you say that anywhere near where Moxie can hear, I will not be responsible for my actions. And Kirsty said the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was like...
It's like, this is the person who is currently paying your wage as well. Fucking hell. I wonder if they're like parents, or like their dad might have been in the theatre business, and then that way you could just say, oh, you're a theatre Nepo baby, hey?
No, I don't know. I just think she was a bitch, to be honest. So there was that.
Or maybe they're a magician trying to break in to the field.
She didn't even know who Penn Jillette was.
Fucking terrible. Yeah, okay.
I mean...
Yep.
You can't look at magic and not know who Penn and Teller are.
Yeah.
So...
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that was fun. But... What time are we at?
We're at 56 minutes.
That's not bad. I have time to talk about us bullying Matt Donnelly.
Yeah. So we'll keep talking. And then, so it's currently 2:18. How long have you got for your parents till you would have to leave, do you reckon?
As far as I know, their flight will land at 3.
Okay.
So, and then there's still another half an hour. So, if I say I leave at 3, so if we finish this episode, we've got at least one episode.
Finish this episode, and we'll do a bit of bonus content if we've got it in us. That gives you time to freshen up.
Yeah.
Go for a nice drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, bullying our boy. I mean, what the hell happened to we love and support Matthew Donnelly?
I do love and support Matt Donnelly, and I said it multiple times to every single person that would listen, to the point that we were talking about something, and this is when we were with Penn. So there was Emily in front of us, Mox on one side of Penn, me on the other, and we said something about Matt, and I went, I love Matt Donnelly. And Mox turned to Penn and went, we love and support Matt Donnelly in this house. And I'm like, yes! Yes, we fucking do. And Emily was like, I just feel like such a proud mama every time he does something good. And I'm like, yeah, we love him.
Oh, can you, we need to send, get Mox to tell you what size shirt Penn wears.
I know what size Penn shirt is.
Oh, yeah. We got to send him. We got to send a we love and support Matt Donnelly shirt for Penn, because that would be hilarious if he was wearing it and tease Matt.
I'm actually going to say that to Mox.
Yeah, that would be so great.
So,
oh yeah, of course you've held Penn Gillette's laundry. You know what size shirt he wears.
No, I know for other reasons. I know because Mox told me, because I was asking about something else.
I figured.
But yeah, so we're talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, you should go on PSS when you get back. And Mox is like, I have to be invited. And I'm like, what do you mean you have to be invited? What? And he was like,
that's rude.
I was like, I thought you could just turn up. And he went, no. I was like, oh, no. Text Donnelly and say, get the fuck out of here. I'm gone now. Yeah. So we were, this was a couple of times. But we were laughing about it yesterday. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm a Patreon. I'm going to text Donnelly and say, what the hell? I was like, I am invoking my rights as a patron. So I text him.
To say, get Moxie on Penn
I
Sunday
literally
School.
said, as a patron, I would like to formally request that Moxie Gillette be a guest on PSS when he's back.
Yeah.
Love you, bro. Hope the Excalibur shows are going well, because obviously Matt's at Excalibur right now.
Yeah.
And Matt replied, yes. Thank you both for the full court press and something I have zero control of. Laughing faces.
I mean, there'd be no reason not to. Microphone abuse. There'd be no reason not to. They will have just come back from, big successful run of shows.
Yeah.
In Edinburgh.
Yep. So, but so I don't think I'd realised at the time that Mox had text Matt as well.
Already, yeah.
And then Mox then FaceTimed Penn. And said,
how long ago was this? That you sent these messages?
This was 8 o'clock last night. So
okay, so just outside 24 hours, I should message Matt right now.
But what I will say is, like I said, Mox FaceTimed Penn and said, Brogan wants me to be on PSS and Brogan's a patron.
Yeah.
And Penn apparently went, yeah, sure.
Of course.
So yeah. But what Matt also did say was, I can interview them on ICS. I'm in charge of guests there. And I went,
both?
Yes! I was like, get him on ICS.
Why has Mox not been on ICS?
I don't know. But I said that to Mox, and Mox was like, yeah, sure, I'll go on ICS. I was like, you should go on all the podcasts. Come on my podcast. He was very tired at the time, so I don't think he quite clicked.
So it didn't. Damn it. Oh, well.
I know. So I can ask him about it.
Wait, you at the moment, it's they're not going to be back home and comfortable for a while still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, but yeah, so went to a show with Emily afterwards, and it was great. And yeah, we're starting the
What was the show?
Alex Edelman, I think.
Not Eric Diddleman. It just rhymes with it.
Yeah.
It's an Eric Diddleman parody show.
There's no magic, sadly. It's just stand-up. But I hadn't realised it was stand-up because it was a Broadway show. And, because obviously Mox was shattered, it was like, can you, rally Mox round, please?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what's the show? Give me more info. And Emily's like, right, it was on Broadway. It was a huge deal. It ran for a year and a half. Tickets were £400 on Broadway.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And I was like, I got the tickets comped for this.
Of course.
Because she's Emily Gillette. She knows everybody. And, it's like the director is a really big guy. He had multiple strokes. He died very recently.
Oh.
This is a benefit gig. He's stand-up. He's really funny. Mox has seen his stuff before. He's a really cool guy. I was like, okay, cool. So Mox was just like, I don't want to be here. It's like, I was like, it's fine. It'll be fine. I was like, look, you sit next to me. Worst comes to worst, you fall asleep, you lean on my shoulder. It's fine. So literally in the queue, Mox was just standing with his head on my shoulder. I'm like, power nap. It's fine. Power nap. Yep. But he sat down and he did rally. He was like, this guy is funny. He has very John Mulaney energy. You
don't want to fall asleep in a show. It's...
No.
Yeah.
No. It's... But yeah. So yeah, by the time it got to the end, Mox was still tired, don't get me wrong, but he did...
Yeah, yeah.
He was less tired when he left the show than when he went to the show.
Okay, that's good.
Which is good. But yeah, no, the show was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The guy was really funny. I would see stuff of his again.
Okay. Dare I need ask?
Happy Octopus.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't have to ask.
Yeah. But we got out that show at like 10 to 1 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The show was supposed to start at 11. It's an hour show.
Oh, shit.
There was a lot going on there. Apparently had been a fire at the venue and stuff, so everything was messed up time-wise.
Yeah. Just time-wise, not burnt to a crisp or anything.
Yeah, everything was still intact, thankfully. Okay. But I was a bit concerned because I've never been... Like, I know that the trams run late. I've never put that to the test.
Oh, yeah.
I got on the last tram.
Yeah.
That was on the board. So I was like, thank God.
If you had to Uber, would it have been an expensive Uber?
It wouldn't have been great, but I don't think it would have been horrendous. I'm thinking maybe about £50 maximum.
Okay.
Which isn't bad, because all I would need to do, I would still be in Edinburgh. I would just be getting an Uber back to the car.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So that's not too bad. But yeah, that's kind of why I texted you this morning. It was like, do you want to do Tired Brogan again?
Well, look, I figured it's better for you to go to sleep. Oh, well, Kez was in bed and asleep anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to record. And it's not fair for you. You need your adventurous self to have some sleep every now and then.
Yeah, I should sleep. I do think when I pick Mum and Dad up, I'm literally just going to get back to the house. I'm going to put my jammies on, get into bed, and not move.
Oh, so we're not going to record a second episode when you get back?
We could. I'll put my jammies on. I'll bring the blanket through.
Otherwise, I'm not working.
I am
tomorrow.
Though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll record a second episode when we get back.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Because I can stay up later to get that done.
That's all.
Because we need 2 episodes. We try to avoid the one.
We have
episode.
We've used our bank episode.
Yep. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. You saved our butts.
But speaking of your adventurous times, now is the time to get it all out of your system because that's it. We're moving on. We're moving on from Fringe because it's over now, isn't it? Fringe is completely over. Yep.
There's still a couple of shows today, but nothing that I'm going to see. I will say I am sad I didn't get a chance to see Mario the Maker Magician. His show was just too early. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I just wasn't up early enough to see it any times. Yeah. But I did meet Mario the Maker Magician.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and because he was standing behind me, and like he was talking. I was there when he was talking to Mox. We bumped into him with Penn and Emily, and he was sat in front of me during one of Mox's shows. Yeah, so he's very sweet man. Very sweet man. I will say that.
Look, I am saying this is the end of Fringe conversation, but obviously if you remember other stuff later down the track, don't feel like I've said, no more talkies, Brogan. But if have you got anything else you would like to discuss today, or are we wrapping it up?
I think we're in a good place to wrap it up.
Cool. Well, there you go, cheese bags. That's it's been a few weeks worth of talking about and leading up to these big Young and Moxie shows. I found it very interesting. I always do. So I hope you did as well. And on that note, thank you very much for listening to us week in and week out. We can say that now. We're almost 100 episodes in. Week in and week out makes sense. But if you would also like to support the show financially, you can by going to patreon.com/nicepodbud. We've got different levels you can support at, including a super secret level that we never talk about on the air. Otherwise, yeah, just interacting with us on social media at nicepodbud. It helps us just by having other people see our posts. So if you're sharing, liking, tweeting, interacting, that's perfect. But you can also support Brogan, I guess. Yeah, we haven't. I don't think we. Yeah, last week was a bit odd because you were dead to the world. But you can support Brogan by going to 7billionneedles.com, buying fine wares. Same with nicepodbud.com/store. And
best way you can support Wayne is subscribing, liking, following his Twitch channel at twitch.tv/WayneGeo.
Yes, TV. You got it correct.
I did.
Yeah, definitely the best place. And people resubscribing, it bothers me less than when they subscribe for the first time. Because I had on this past stream, I think had two people resubscribe, and one of them I kind of was like, that better have been Bezos's money, and they were like, nope, it was real money. I was like, oh god damn it, now I feel a little bit bad. But then I was like, no, well, you've been supporting me for a long time, so that's great. And then when I said the same thing to Chris was like, yeah, it's Bezos's money. I was like, good, Chris, thank you. But you can also talk to both of us directly on all social media channels where we exist. For Brogan, you guessed it, it is at 7 billion needles.
And for Wayne, it's at WayneGeo.
Are you scared next week that you're going to have little to talk about now that all the Fringe is done?
Oh, I'm sure work will give me plenty to talk about. Hi, everybody. I murdered my boss.
On this episode of the Murder Party podcast.
We might actually have a Murder Party podcast.
Anyway, I can't say cheese bags. You say cheese bags. Thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
As always, stay fresh, cheese bags.